Scene.
All right. So after reviewing my back pocket script for 3-4K, what are the components? What components are missing from your script?
The answer statement, the part questioning where I'm thinking aloud,
Mm-hmm.
and then finally a script. I have it step by step broken down upon how to show the kids how I'm attacking the problem.
Okay. So with that, the gap is what?
Having an answer statement, pretty much repeating itself, the think aloud, and then the script.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So today, when I stated before, we're focusing on scripting replicable steps that's aligned to your lesson objective. So with that, we're focusing on scripting, including those steps that's aligned to your lesson objective, which includes an I do, an intro, clear model with replicable steps, student actions, and a closure. Okay? So I'm going to ask again, Mr. Diaz, what are the key steps to scripting an I do?
The answer statement, the think aloud, and then the closure.
And one more,
The model.
the replicable
Oh,
steps.
sorry, replicable steps.
Write that down.
Yes. Sorry.
And I'm going to hold you accountable. So now that you have it, may I see your paper?
Sorry about my handwriting. Then.
Perfect. All right. So just one more time, Mr. Diaz. What are the key actions to scripting an I do?
Having the answer statement, the think aloud, replicable steps, the clear model, and closure.
Perfect. All right. So now, as we continue to focus on scripting replicable steps of the I do, I want us to actual practice scripting for 3-4A, which is upcoming SC for next week, which is solving two-step problems involving addition and subtraction. Remember, when developing your script, to include the intro hook, a clear model with replicable steps, your answer statement, student actions, and a closure. We will complete this in 5 minutes. Once we reach time, we're going to swap and read over each other's scripts and upgrade it with feedback. So I'm going to write a script and you're going to write a script. And then once we swap, you're going to provide me shrinks and an upgrade. And then I'm going to provide you a shrink and an upgrade as well. So we're both going to do it together. Okay? So here is our question. So similar to how we are in PLC, I have our question here. So for 3-4A, this is scheduled to be done for, I want to say, Monday and Tuesday. So here is your SE 3-4A, solve with fluency 1-step and 2-step problems involving addition and subtraction within 1,000. And then here's our question. So Erica's goal is to practice playing her guitar for 300 minutes this week. On Sunday, she practiced for 117 minutes, On Tuesday, she practiced for 58 minutes. How many more minutes does Erica need to practice in order to meet her goal? Okay, so now we're just going to actually script, and we're going to look at our timer. Let me get our timer here. So, go back and set this timer. We have 5 minutes. And we're going to script. We can reference our exemplar to go ahead and make us a script for 3-4A. right, that's time. I know I'm not finished.
Me
Do
either.
do you want some more time?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's set what, 5 more
I
minutes?
think so.
Okay, cool. Mr. Diaz, what time is it?
We got some. We got.
Okay.
Unless you want to break it down.
No, let's keep going. right? I'm almost done. I'm kind of rushing through now. So 3 more minutes. Yeah, I need time. So far, that's been what, 10?
Mm-hmm.
So we see planning does take time.
Yeah, it's a good detail. So.
I already see some upgrades I want to add to my script. You finished?
Yeah, I can wing the others part if you wanted to. I'm not done though, but.
Yeah, let's finish. Cause the thing about it,
Mm-hmm.
this is next week, so you really can use it.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and finish.
Okay. But I am almost done.
Okay. I'll read over mine. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, thank you, Mr. Diaz. So we took a little longer than 5 minutes. So now we're going to swap scripts. So here's mine. Be gentle, and we've swapped. So I want you to read through mine, and then I'm gonna read through yours, and then I'll allow you to give me 2 shrinks and 1 upgrade, and then I'm going to do the same.
Okay, so Miss Richards, first of all, I'm gonna apologize for my handwriting. I can read yours, no problem. You won't be able to read mine. So what I can do is read it to you if you want me to. It's up to you. But I can definitely read yours. Yours is neat and nice and everything. And mine's is all is.
Let me try to make it out. And if I have any questions, I'll ask.
Because I went from here and then, oh, I missed that. I put it back up here.
Okay.
So there was a lot of things like that. So I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, I'll let you read it, and then I'll read mine out loud. So I guess that would be the same as swapping, essentially.
Okay.
So what we'll do is I'm gonna let you read yours, and then read mine first, and then you're gonna read yours, and then we can give each other upgrades.
Sorry about this.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So go ahead and read through
Yes.
mine.
Okay, students, I'm getting ready to model for you how to solve two-step problems involving addition and subtraction. During the model, you will use your guided notes to follow along. When I write, you write just like that. Let's begin. After reading the problem, I noticed that Erica set a goal for 300 minutes. I also noticed that she practiced for 117 minutes on Sunday, 58 minutes on Tuesday. But I don't know how many more minutes she needs. Let's begin. Step 1. Let's underline 300 minutes. Sunday, 117, and Tuesday, 58 minutes. Step 2. Let's write the solution sentence. Erica needs blank amount of minutes to meet her goal. Step 3. Let's refer back to the problem. Solving protocol. Do I have a total? Yes. My total is 300 minutes. Do I have an equal groups? Yes. So I know that my first step is to combine minutes to minutes. 117 plus 58. Let's write an equation. This is so good. Sorry, I'm not just knowing. But I do have the same steps like that. But
Keep going, Miss. Don't break role play.
So 117 plus 58 equals 173. So now I have my total of minutes. I practiced so far, but now not quite my goal. So now I go to my next step and subtract my total minutes practiced from my goal. 300 minus 173 equals 125. I can't forget my equation. So now I need to plug in my answer to my answer statement, into my answer statement. Erica needs to practice 125 more minutes to meet her goal.
Okay, so that's mine. So if you could read.
Yes, ma'am.
yours.
Okay, so I pretty much used your script and I'm following as much as I could, and it did end up looking like yours a lot. So, students, I'm going to model for you steps to take when solving a multi-step problem involving addition and subtraction. Use your guided notes packet as I write. I want you to capture the steps that I'm on. When I write, you write just like that. So the question is, how many more minutes does Erica need to meet her goal? So I need this. Oh my goodness, problem, and I need to notice that. Okay, I read this problem, and I noticed that, and realized that Erica is going to practice her. I'm sorry, miss.
Practice her guitar.
Guitar for 300 minutes for this week. I also noticed that she's practiced 117 on Sunday and 58 minutes on Tuesday. So now, step 2, I'm gonna make my answer statement, which Erica needs blank minutes more in order to meet her goal. So now I go back over here. Step 1 is as I do the problem, is to do the problem solving strategies or protocol, which is what we have pretty much posted in the room, and make our answer statement, which is step 2 for the answer statement. And then step 3, refer back to the problem solving. Think it out. That I do know. Do I have my total? And the answer is Do I have my total? Yes, it's 300, and which is the goal. Using my prior knowledge for the strip diagram and part whole graphic organizer, I can create either a part whole organizer or a strip diagram. So, do I have? And then again, the think aloud. Do I have some parts? Yes, I have the 117 minutes and the 58 minutes that she already practiced. So I have, in the strip diagram, I have 2 parts, and this one was left blank, my final part. So now I'm looking at my strip diagram, and am I missing a part? And what can I do? Well, you can add the 2 parts that you do have, which is what you did, and then after I add the 2 parts that I do have, subtract it from my total. So when I add 117 plus 58, I get 125. Now I got, 117 plus 58, I got 125. Now subtract 300 from 125, from 175, you get 125. That is my answer, so I need to put it back into my answer statement. So I go back to my part, my answer statement. So Erica needs to practice 125 more minutes in order to meet her goal.
All right, Mr. Diaz. All right, very good. So, what I want us to do now is provide each other with 2 shrinks and 1 upgrade. So, do you want to go first?
I can go first.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of this for me. The strengths is what I'm just noticing for me. This is the neatness of having a script written neat for myself.
Okay.
Because I was getting stuck on mine. You were able to read some of my work, some of my handwriting better than I was.
Okay.
And then I think in order for at least this problem, I think it's like I think it's more clear the way you have it instead of going to the part hole. Now the part hole could be something for me that I not omit, but more show it more as to punch it for them, but not necessarily to solve it. I think it's more like for me to see that you understood.
Okay, so thank you for my upgrade and my shrink. So your shrink actually was having the visual. So that's what I want to add to my script is include the strip diagram, because the strip diagram is what makes the think aloud visual. It's harder, and I did omit it when it came to 3-4K. I didn't use that in my script, but for this particular essay and for this problem, having that strip diagram like how you have it is going to be powerful, because they can label it with their units and they should be able to just kind of plug in, and they should truly understand, okay, I have to add first, I have to subtract and go for it. So that's your shrink. And the upgrade is kind of like reverse, would be for you to go back and rewrite this so that you don't have to do flips, in script. So of course this is a rough draft. Even this script was a rough draft. So once we have it, we'll then, make it neatly. But try to write it as neatly as possible, because you have really nice handwriting.
Yeah, not noticed. Okay. But what I like is like the thinking process of explaining what you want. I'm noticing I struggle more. I know what I want to say, but this is like you're saying what I want to say.
Okay.
So,
yep.
That's the thing.
Okay, so now I do want to go back and make those upgrades. So the fact that you like my neatness, the upgrade that you gave to me was to include the strip diagram. So what I'm going to do is add the strip diagram in my script, and then we'll use this as our final script.
Okay.
And then from there, I'm going to want you, you're going to practice reading this out loud. Okay, so I'm going to add here. Now we're kind of working together because our feedback was similar. It was like reverse. So after it says, let's underline 300 minutes Sunday. Let's write the solution sentence. Okay. So let's refer back to the problem solving protocol. Do I have a total? Yes, 300 minutes. Do I have equal groups? Yes, I know my first step is to combine minutes and minutes. So where I have let's write an equation, I'm going to include let's also draw a strip diagram, and I guess give me the verbiage, because that's my upgrade from yours, and I'll just write it because you gave me my strength of the neatness. So tell me what I should write here.
Well, using our prior knowledge for strip diagram, we understand that the total is our main box, I guess, or the because I don't want to. Because I'm okay with they put it on the bottom or the top, as long as it's the whole. Because sometimes they will flip it on them and put the parts on top. I've seen them do it before in tests. Okay. So I just want to, but we usually put it on top. Okay. So I know that my whole is the 300.
So those on top, okay.
The 300 minutes, and I do have 2 parts already. And the 2 parts are given, which is 117 and 58. And so the last one, I put a question mark. Yes, no.
Okay.
And so now we
so then we go here. So now I have my total of minutes I practiced so far, but not quite to my goal. So now I go to my next step. Okay.
And then I think, how can I get that last part? What can I do? And then
Okay, so now the neatness is gonna be like, how can I get that last part?
Now, in just prior experience with my students, they go about it two ways. They can either subtract the 300 from 117 and whatever they have left, take away the next 58 and give me that answer. Or some students, they add them together and take away from the 300.
Well, based on our scripts, we both added them together.
Yes, ma'am.
Yep. So let's just keep that.
Yes.
That's what you want them to do.
Yes.
Okay.
So
how can I get my last part? Okay. So I guess this would be like, let's draw a strip to understand the totals at the top.
yes.
Okay. So that includes the strip diagram.
Yes.
All right. So Mr. Diaz, now that we have a solid script that includes the components of the I do, you're going to read your script. So we're going to use this now because this includes the strip diagram, and then it has the neatness that you praised about, and then that you can actually read it. So now that you have the components in a solid script that has the I do, that has your steps, the think aloud, and the closure, you're going to read your I do script, and I'm going to provide you feedback as it relates to each component. I'm going to state a strength and an upgrade. Once the upgrade, I want you to include the upgrade in your script and read it again. Perfect practice makes perfect. So we finalized on this. So now I want you to actually practice. So like, this is your question, and here's a blank one. But for time, I have my. So here's a blank one just so you have your question. But we're just gonna practice reading this again, and this time it's just all you, including the upgrade with the strip diagram. And then I'm gonna give you another set of feedback. All right, you ready?
Yes.
All right.
Okay. So, students, I'm getting ready to model for you how to solve two-step problems involving addition and subtraction. During the model, you will use your guided notes to follow along. When I write, you write just like that. After reading the problem, I noticed that Erica said it go for 300 minutes. I also noticed that she practiced for 117 minutes on Sunday and 58 minutes on Tuesday. But I don't know how many more minutes she needs. Let's begin. Step 1. Let's underline 300 minutes. Sunday, 117, and Tuesday, 58 minutes. Step 2. Let's write a solution sentence. Erica needs blank amount of minutes to meet her goal. Step 3. Let's refer back to the problem-solving protocol. Do I have a total? Yes, my total is 300 minutes. Do I have it equal groups? Yes. So I know my first step is to combine minutes to minutes. 117 plus 58. Let's write an equation. Let's also draw a strip diagram. We understand that the total is the top box. So I put a 300 on top of my top box, which is my 300 minutes. And I do have two parts, which is 117 and 58. And the last blank part where I'm gonna put a question mark, because that's what I'm looking for to find out how many more minutes she still needs. So now I have my total of minutes I practiced so far, but not quite to my goal. So now I go to my next step to subtract my total minutes of practice from my goal. I'm sorry. I can't get that. How can I get that last part? So now I got my two parts that I have, which is 117 plus 58. And that doesn't give me to my goal quite yet. So now I'm gonna subtract my total minutes practiced from my goal. So 300 minus 173 equals 100. Sorry, 175 equals 125. Can't forget my equation. So I need to plug in my answer into my answer statement. Erica needs to practice 125 more minutes to meet her goal.
Very good. Yeah, so my strength, great job. Thank you just for reading all the way through. So we have a total script, and then the upgrade would be truly just before we roll this out next week, let's just refine it and get one clear version so that we don't have to flip back and forth. But very good. You punched it conceptually, and it has all of the components of the I do. So, Mr. Diaz, I'm super excited about the rollout of your I do script for next week. As we wrap up our feedback conference, I want to restate our action steps. As you remember, a solid I do should include an intro hook, clear replicable steps, student actions, and a closure. During my observation, I will be listening for these components. I will be coming to your class on next Tuesday, December 10th, during 3rd grade at 12 o'clock. Let's actually add that to our calendar. So I'm gonna go get my laptop. So I wanna be intentional about the time, and thank you for writing that down. So at 12 o'clock, and then I'm gonna send you an Outlook invite. Okay. Connect back to my Wi-Fi. Okay. So Tuesday. There we go. And then I just need you to go back in and actually like accept it. It's loading. So I'm just gonna observe Diaz. I do 3-4A. And then my description, I'm looking for your replicable steps
Yes.
and the use of a script for I do. And this is happening on the 10th at 12 o'clock.
Okay.
And then I know it took us a while to write, but it's gonna go really fast because we have 10 minutes to do your I do anyway.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna send you your invitation. Yes. There we go. I'm gonna add Miss Lewis on there as well.
Okay.
Send. All right. So I will be coming to your class. So last thing before we wrap up, in your own words, Mr. Diaz, just tell me what I'm gonna be looking for and when am I coming?
You come in on Tuesday, December 10th, 12 o'clock during my 3rd grade math block. And you are looking for the I do, the replicable steps, the intro, replicable steps, and clear model and closure.
Yep. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Diaz. I'm super excited, and I will see you later.
Thank you.
Thank you.